This is Matt for Into Boxing. I'm delighted to be joined by Skye Nicolson. Skye, lovely day, huge press conference today. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. I'm excited to be surrounded by so many amazing women boxers. It's privileged to be here.
Women's boxing's on the rise, isn't it? I mean, we have to look at the other night. We've got Clarissa Shields going at it with Savannah Marshall. I was saying to someone, we normally see that in the men's game all the time. How refreshing was that just to see it from obviously the female point of view?
No, it's exciting. I think there's not been a more exciting time than now for women's boxing, and these big fights that are happening. It's very exciting times for the fans, exciting times for the girls coming through the ranks, and very exciting times for those girls at the top who are getting their moments. So yeah,
absolutely. And you're going to get your moment on this card. You signed with Eddie Hearn, DAZN. What made you come to that decision? Because I'm sure you'll have had plenty of offers on the table. Why was Eddie the right way to go for you?
I think Matchroom's leading the way with women's boxing globally. So for me, it wasn't really a hard decision. While there were other offers, I felt this was where I was going to have the best opportunities. And I guess Eddie presented what Matchroom saw for me and what they visualised for my career, and I was quite humbled by that, and I appreciated that they saw my potential, and it made me excited for the journey, and I can't wait to get started.
You had a really good amateur career, but obviously turning over to professional now, different ball game. Are you a bit apprehensive about how you're going to adapt? You know, is it just like I want to get that first fight out of the way, get my feet wet, and then go from there?
I'm excited for the change. I'm excited to adapt to a new style. I'm halfway through my first training camp now in the lead up to this debut, and I'm loving the changes. I'm loving learning and soaking up the whole experience. So I'm really excited for the change, and I'm excited for the new journey.
Now, talking to women who've paved the way for the likes of yourself, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, this fight's huge, not just for women's boxing. Everyone keeps saying, oh, women's boxing. It's not, this is boxing. Madison Square Garden, the big arena, not the smaller one as well. What's your take on that fight? What do you think about both fighters? Obviously Serrano, 7 divisions, incredible. Katie Taylor, what do you think?
For me, Katie Taylor is the ultimate female boxer. I see her winning this fight. I think it's going to be an amazing technical display of boxing by both girls. I think it's going to really show the class of women's boxing and what women are capable of in this sport. But I see Katie winning this fight. I don't see Amanda bringing anything that she hasn't seen before, anything that she hasn't had to deal with before, in terms of power, in terms of hand speed, in terms of all of it. Katie Taylor, Olympic gold medalist, world champion amateur, world champion pro. The calibre of opponents that Katie Taylor's faced, I don't see Amanda Serrano bringing something that she hasn't had to deal with before.
Do you think she wins that by knockout, or do you think it could go the distance?
I definitely think the fight will go the distance, and I see Katie Taylor winning by a few rounds at least.
Now, I was at the Chris Eubank Junior Fight Week, so I had the pleasure of seeing Clarissa for most of the week. She's unbelievably funny, absolute superstar, and that fight with Savannah Marshall for me is absolutely mega as well. I can't wait for that one. Another clash of styles. Everyone talks about Savannah Marshall and the power, but they also got the skills, the ring generalship of Shields. What's your take on that one? Because it's a really interesting matchup. Everyone seems to be split on it, but a few more leaning towards Marshall because of the power.
I think the UK fans are definitely leaning more towards Marshall. They probably haven't seen as much of Shields, but for me it's a very 50-50 fight, which is why it makes it so exciting and makes it so enticing. It is definitely a clash of styles. Marshall's power, Shields' boxing ability. I think it's going to be an absolute masterclass again, and not one that I could really call, to be honest. It's one of those fights that you've got to.
Sitting on the fence.
I'm on the fence for this one.
Oh, no worries. Right, just before you go, tell the UK fans what they can expect when they see you, and are we going to be a future world champion? That's the goal?
I'm definitely going to be a world champion. I want to be a multi-weight world champion, undisputed. For me, you're going to see a boxing masterclass. I'm going to take some girls to school, and I'd also like to show that not only can I box, but I can punch too.
Absolutely. Skye Nicolson, look, thanks for talking to Into Boxing. It's been a pleasure. Fingers crossed we can catch up on a fight week, and hopefully you'll be fighting in the UK soon.
Yes, very soon. Thank you.
No problem.